Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Mars, which on August 10 is going to be changing signs and it's going to be transiting the sign of Taurus. So now friends, this transit of Mars is little bit distinctive because during this time Mars is going to be spending a lot of time in the Taurus sign, and not only it's going to be in a direct motion, but it is going to be retrograding from Gemini to Taurus and back and forth. So because of which, for the next few months, understanding the behavior of Mars in the Taurus sign, and let's say for example, if Mars becomes an important planet for you, like if your rising sign is Aries or Scorpio, or you are going through the Mahadasha of the planet Mars or the Lord of the Taurus, which is the Venus, and also if you are born on the 9th day of the month, 18th of the month, 27th of the month, so in any way, or let's say for example your profession, your livelihood straight away comes in the purview of the planet Mars, that you are a real estate agent, you have your own transport business, anything to do with the security agency. So this transit is definitely going to be having a strong say in all of these people's lives. So definitely friends, we will try to understand this upcoming transit in detail, but first let's try to understand the general timelines. So now friends, Mars, as I have explained, will transit in the Taurus sign on August 10th. So from August 10th till October 15th, Mars is going to be transiting in the Taurus sign. So on October 15th, it is going to be transiting in the Gemini sign, but on October 29th, it will start getting into the retrograde motion. So and from October 29th, it will be in the retrograde motion, but in the Gemini sign. But on November 12th, it will enter back in the boundaries of the Taurus, being in the retrograde motion only. And friends, finally on January 12th, Mars will finish its retrograde journey, which it has begun on October 29th, and finally on March 13th, it will then finally move back to the move forward to the Gemini sign. So now friends, you can fairly understand that this is a very long stay of Mars in the Taurus sign. Now how can you interpret this transit of Mars in the Taurus sign? Because friends, in the original Kalpurush Kundli, Taurus is a sign which represents our financial management, and second thing is that we cannot even overlook the virtues and the traits of the Taurus sign, which has everything to do with the stability, with security, with financial management, prospects of love and romance. So definitely Mars, which is a planet of aggression, determination, your willpower, your desires, so it is definitely going to be influencing all these areas represented by the planet Venus through the Taurus zodiac sign. So now friends, if you want to understand the benefit or the positive aspect of this stay of Mars in the Taurus sign, so definitely your determination, your willpower is going to be very high in order to fulfill your financial goals. You will definitely find a degree and sense of security, stability, strong commitment to your words, to your goals. So regarding that front as well, this is a very good sign. And lastly friends, when we talk about the vulnerable side, so we cannot overlook this fact that somehow Taurus is a sign being ruled by the planet Venus, and as you know that the influence of Mars in the Taurus could give rise to excessive consumption of alcohol or intoxicants. It could also give rise to sensual behavior or little bit pervasiveness in your behavior. So all these are the areas where you have to be disciplined and you have to control yourself. And friends, not to overlook this fact that during this whole time there is no other planet which is going to be coming in conjunction with the planet Mars. Like definitely Moon in its journey will definitely going to be getting conjunct in the Taurus sign, but the benefic aspect is going to be that because if Moon is going to be getting conjunct with Mars in the Taurus sign, so that means it is going to be giving rise to the Chandra Mangal Yoga, that too with Moon in its sign of exaltation. And friends, one more saving grace which we can attach as one of the theme of this upcoming transit of Mars is that finally it is out of the clutches of the Rahu, because Mars was before transiting in the Aries sign, which can be seen as a very good placement or very dignified placement of Mars. But just because of the influence of Rahu over there, and friends, you would not believe, right at the day when Mars, Rahu and Uranus was exactly conjunct. So during that time only, when the very highly designated bureaucrat from United States, so this lady, she visited Taiwan, and that actually gave rise to a lot of political instability and a lot of talks going on between China, like not welcoming that move, and all over the world we were like speculating that what could be the next move in the geopolitics. So this is how the planetary behavior influences, whether on a mundane level but also in the personal level as well. Trust me friends, see, when we talk about crime, so that is one aspect of the society where we all live in, like murder, robbery, all these things keep on happening. But specifically when in the transit, you will find that Mars is getting heavily afflicted because of the influence of Rahu and Uranus, which is a sign of extreme impulsiveness. So during those times only, I still unfortunately I remember coming across all those news of very gruesome, very very insane crimes. So this is the impact of the influence of Rahu on Mars in the Aries, which can influence us whether on our personal behavior or whether on the global or on the mundane level. So okay friends, this is something which I wanted to say, just a basic overview of this upcoming transit of the planet Mars. And also, as you know that within the Taurus boundary as well, so Mars is going to be transiting the nakshatra of Sun, which is a very good friend of Mars. That is a win-win situation. And then it is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of Moon, so which is also going to be a very good sign, specifically at the time when a Moon is going to be dignified in the transit, or it is going to be exalted, getting conjunct with Mars in the transit. And lastly, then Mars will move to the nakshatra of Mars itself, so which is also going to be giving more energy, more thrust, more power to the planet Mars. So that was a basic overview of this upcoming transit. Trust me friends, I am very excited because my life is being governed by the planet Mars, and I'm also a very ardent devotee of Lord Hanuman as well. And yes friends, before we will jump to the customized results, so as a part of Remedy, so only one thing which I want to say over here is that so specifically pertaining to the planet Mars, a recitation of Hanuman Chalisa or a recitation of Sundarakand on Tuesdays and Saturdays could prove to be very beneficial for you. Try to understand this thing friends. This is not a transit of Mars where it is going to be just giving you determination or willpower. This is a transit of Mars which can actually give you stupendous financial gains as well, because you cannot overlook this fact that because no matter what your rising sign is, the sign of Taurus, like where Mars is going to be transiting, it is straight away aspecting its own sign Scorpio, which is a sign of transformation. And with its 8th aspect, Mars is going to be looking at the Sagittarius energy. So transformation, that too attached fortunate side of it. So very fortunate transformation which Mars can bring in your life, and some stupendous financial gains can also materialize if you will be paying respect to the energies of Mars in your life. So as a part of Remedy friends, it's not only the Hanuman Chalisa or Sundarakand, but I would also say that because it is taking place in the sign of the Venus, so it becomes very important that your behavior, your speech, recitation of Shri Suktam and Ashtalakshmi Stotra is something which you can consider doing, and try to remain very respectful towards the feminine or woman influence all around you. So okay friends, now let's just shift our discussion to the customized results. So starting first with the Aries rising people. So definitely friends, in your case Mars becomes your ascendant lord, and in the transit, Mars is going to be entering your second house. So the transit of ascendant lord just takes your whole focus, all of your energies pertaining to the matters of the second house. And as I have already explained, it's going to be a long stay of Mars in the Taurus sign. So because of which, let's say for example, if your occupation, your livelihood is straight away connected with the Martian fields, so all those people can get benefited. And also friends, if you're also going through supporting dashas as well, so I would say that this is a very golden time period which you will be going through, because friends, in any case, your 10th house is in a strong dignity. Jupiter is also like being in a very dignified state, because Jupiter is your lord of your house of fortune, 9th house lord as well. And friends, from the second house, Mars is going to be aspecting your like your 5th house of your like your one of your Lakshmi Sthan, house of your speculation, and also it is going to be looking at your 8th house and 9th house as well. So definitely friends, I can actually foresee some sort of good return on all of your investments. All those people who are connected with the technology related field, engineering field, or you have your any security agency, private security agency, working as a realtor or anything, so all those people can get benefited. This is actually going to be a time when finances and accumulation of finances has to be your utmost priority. Now friends, only one thing which I want to say over here is that because Mars's influence on the second house is a very sensitive area and concern pertaining to the matters of your speech. So try not to get very fiery with the usage of your words, which can actually hurt or offend people who are very close to you. So like in any family gathering, or if you are going to get provoked or instigated, so refrain from using those words which could hurt people around you. Also friends, because second house, and from the second house we see the consumption of intoxicants, alcohol, like your eating habits. So try to be very cautious, very careful of your eating habits as well. And friends, overall, if I were to say, I'm actually looking forward to some very auspicious events which can take place in your family life. And also friends, for any of the financial gains perspective, if you are already working in the Martian fields, or if you're also going through supporting dasha, so this could be a very golden time which you are going through, or which this entry of Mars in your second house can facilitate. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Taurus rising people, so now guys, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars is going to be transiting in your first house for another almost 6-7 months. So because of which friends, try to be very patient in any sensitive, provoking kind of situation, because friends, Mars is an energy of short temperness, of impulse, and the planet which represents all these vibrations, that too in your case, it has got the rulership of your 12th house, of hospitals and all of that, of all sort of secretive clandestine activities, and 7th house. So I would say that temper management is one thing where you have to remain very careful. Second thing is that friends, like regarding any sort of commercial gain, this transit can still be seen as positive, specifically because 7th house is the house of our business. This is the house of our public image, our public dealings and all of that. And if you are already working in the domains which connect both of these two houses, that you have your travel and tour business, you have your immigration business, you work in any sort of advertising agency or something like that, so all those people can still get benefited. The only thing is that friends, try not to get involved or entangled in any sort of scandals, fights or controversy. Third thing is that friends, expenses can actually go high during this time, and specifically if you are already going through any sensitive health related concerns, so it is going to be very advisable that do and get all the checkup done on time, because otherwise there could be some unexpected last moment medical bills or medical expenses as well. So try to remain a little bit careful over there. And when we talk about regarding the opportunity perspective or relationship perspective, so definitely friends, like there could be those circumstances and scenario where your partner might be very demanding, or your partner might be trying to dominate or like control you, all of that. So things can actually take a turn in this way as well. So pertaining to the matters of the relationship, try to keep the balance within the relationship. Try not to give as much of power in the relationship to your partner that later on you are not able to deal it or manage it. And second thing is that friends, for any overseas interest, this can be seen as a very good sign. Try to be in control of your expenses. This could be medical expenses as well. And also friends, for all those people who are in any sort of competitive field, or you are like you work in any high paced and where you have to multitask a lot, you are on a very top management leadership where there is a lot of problem solving, lot of in a very pressurized environment you have to function, you have to work. So all those people can get benefited. And friends, just because even talking from Mars's aspect as well, so because from over here Mars is going to be aspecting your 4th house, 7th house and 8th house. So I forgot to mention this thing that definitely because Mars's influence in the Taurus is all about the money making and being very firm in your financial goals as well. So definitely friends, during this time, if you have been planning for any any of the dealings of buying a home, renovating a home, or if you are actually going through any sort of a property related dispute and all of that, so over there things can work out in your favor. So some positive news in all those legal issues and hassles can be foreseen with this entry of Mars in your 1st house. And lastly friends, like even while driving and something, I would say that, see again friends, whatsoever I'm going to be telling over here, good or bad, you have to match it with your ongoing dashas. So let's say for example, if you're already going through a sensitive dasha, Mars in your natal chart is also placed in the 8th house, it's under severe affliction, and it is also getting activated right now in the dasha as well, then you have to remain very cautious while driving and all of that. So it all comes down to, out of all of that which I have explained, which all things are getting qualified in your case. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Gemini rising people. So now guys, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars is beyond doubt is not a very auspicious planet for you guys, and in the transit it is going to be like entering your 12th house, and it's going to be a long transit. So you have to be very careful, very cautious, because friends, as you can fairly see that Mars, see, it has got the rulership of your 6th house of competition and 11th house of your network circle, of your wish fulfillment, of your income. So in your case, whatsoever you want to gain, you have to fight for it, or you have to face some initial resistance before the fulfillment of any of your wish. So friends, and also one more thing, like even if you will see over here, so for the Gemini rising people, you have to be smart all the time, because both of your houses of income are being ruled by your ascendant lord's enemy. So one house is the 2nd house ruled by your ascendant lord's enemy moon, and 11th house is being ruled by another planet which is inimical towards you. So that is the only reason why Gemini people are so smart. So now friends, the point which I am trying to say over here is that the entry of Mars in the 12th house is a sensitive energy beyond doubt. So during this time, remain very cautious in any like networking, in any social association. Like let's say for example, any friend of yours might introduce you to some new business idea, or might come with this proposal that let's start this business, or let's invest money in this scheme or that scheme. So try to remain very cautious over here during this time, like because Mars in the Taurus is about finances. In your case, it has got the rulership of sensitive houses like 6th house as well, and it is going in the 12th house. So try to remain very cautious, very careful, like regarding the matters of where you are putting your money in. Second thing is that friends, like expenses are definitely gonna get high during this time, so you have to remain very cautious over there. The only areas where I can see people getting benefited is that, first of all, if you are like you have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, all those people can get benefited. Second thing is that if you have to apply for any foreign university or something, even the concerns of visa, immigration, all those people can also get benefited. Third thing is that friends, with your behavior you have to remain at your diplomatic best, because during this time any of the your behavior, your activities will easily provoke, instigate people. So try not to be doing anything which could trigger any sort of conflict. Now friends, with that said, this could still be a beneficial transit for all those people in whose line of work, like spying, secrecy, conflicts, litigation, arbitration, that is an integral part of your line of work. So all those people can still get benefited, and also like all those people who are like fantasy writer, or your domain involves working for long hours in seclusion or any sort of problem solving or something, or like all those profession where you work isolated for long hours in night hours, like working in hospitals, in prisons, and even like up to an extent the adult industry people and all of that. So all those people can still get benefited. But in general friends, if I were to summarize the essence of this transit of Mars, this is a volatile, sensitive transit for you, making all of your financial dealing, putting it on radar, and any of your social networking association pertaining to the matters where finances are also involved. So just putting you on radar, making you a little bit vulnerable, prone over there. So all the remedies which we have just discussed, whether it's about the worship of Lord Hanuman or worship of Lord Kartikeya, all of that becomes very important during this time, till the time Mars is going to be transiting from your 12th house. Because friends, whatsoever I'm saying over here, it's not only your 11th house Lord going in the 12th house, making your association, your networking vulnerable, but also from over here as well, Mars is also going to be aspecting your 3rd house, which is another air house of your friendship, and it is going to be aspecting your 6th house as well, and it is going to be aspecting your 7th house as well. So definitely friends, for all those people, like I keep on coming across all those queries where the mothers of their young teenage adolescent age kids are always very worried that, you know, my son's company is not very good, he's a good kid, he is good in studies as well, it's only his company is not good. So let's say for example, if you are a Gemini rising person and your friendship or a questionable friends you hang out with, so try to remain very cautious, very careful. They might land you in some sort of controversy, some sort of conflict, some sort of problem. So be very careful during this time when Mars is going to be transiting from your 12th house. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Cancer rising people, so now friends, in your case I only have good things to say over here with this transit of Mars. Trust me, you're actually going through some very golden phase, because friends, like Mars is going to be first of all, Mars becomes a very important Yog Karaka planet for you because of the rulership of one angular house and one trine house. In transit, it is going to be entering your 11th house, which is considered as a very good house. So just because friends, your 10th house Lord is entering your 11th house, which can be seen as a very good sign. So regarding your professional front, I'm actually looking forward to some good news, rewards, success, additional source of income. Friends will prove to be very supporting, or because of the support or help of someone known to you, you might land at some coveted project, some sort of deal which will get finalized during this time. So definitely friends, overall, whether we talk about your personal life, your professional life, your social life, overall I'm only looking at the benefic side of this entry or this transit of Mars in your 11th house. And just because friends, it is going to be a very long stay of Mars over here, so this is going to be a very golden time for you guys to remain very firm, and the only thing which is going to be epicenter of your thought process, of your strategy, is how to enhance your financial inflow. Because friends, even from over here as well, if you will see that Mars is going to be aspecting your 2nd house of your finances, it is going to be looking at your 5th house of sudden speculative gain as well, and it is going to be aspecting your 6th house as well. So 8th aspect of Mars is always a very transformative aspect, so definitely it can make your competitors, your critics, your enemies also work in tandem to your goals, to your plans. So overall friends, I'm just looking at some win-win situation, good things only for all the Cancer rising people. In any case friends, your 9th house of your fortune and luck is also in a very strong dignity. 9th house is very dignified, 7th house is also in a strong dignity, and with Mars is entering the 11th house, so if you are not working hard right now, so I cannot look forward to any other better time for you guys. So if your ongoing dashas are also running favorable, so this is the time for you to come out of your cocoon, come out of your comfort zone, work on your goals, work on your plans, go out, meet people. If you need to upgrade your education, upgrade your skill, do that, but keep on putting your best foot forward for all of your goals, because in the transit the time period seems to be very promising. And also friends, specifically whenever in the transit, Venus is going to be dignified, and moreover your ascendant lord is going to be dignified, like it is going to be exalted in your 11th house in the transit in whichever days of the week, and Mars being your Karaka planet conjunct with it, those are going to be the days where if you want to go for any important meeting or schedule any important business deal or meeting or something like that, so chances are going to be very high that things can work out a lot in your favor. So this is a very good time friends, whether for the students I have already explained, or all those people, because Mars is going to be aspecting your like 6th house, 5th house, both the houses. So because of which all the students who have to appear in any sort of competitive exam as well, so very good news, very good transit for all the Cancer rising people. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Leo rising people. So now friends, in your case Mars is definitely your Yokarka planet, and in transit your like 4th house lord and 9th house lord transiting in your 10th house can be seen as a very good news. Now first of all friends, to begin with, in your professional sphere I'm definitely looking forward to some very concrete development. Second thing is that definitely Taurus energy has everything to do with the finances, and because from over here as well Mars is going to be aspecting your like 1st house, your 4th house and your 5th house as well. So whether we talk about being considered for any next role, any leadership role, if that is getting qualified in your case, also friends, because Mars is looking at your 4th house as well, and Mars is the significator of the property and real estate. So whether you are a realtor, you have your private security agency or something like that, so all those people can also get benefited. So friends, overall if I were to say, I'm only looking forward to some benefic, positive, quick leaps and development pertaining to the matters of your professional front. The second thing is that friends, like just because Mars is also going to be aspecting your 5th house as well, so during this time if your ongoing dashas are also running favorable and you're looking forward to some important transformation at your work front, like all those tasks which requires a lot of courage or a lot of confrontation, dealing with some very not very non-friendly people, but you have to make people convinced to your goals, to your plans, to your strategies and all of that. So for all of that, this entry or this transit of Mars can be seen as very favorable, because friends, the Mars's influence in the Taurus is all about being very convincing with your speech, like demonstrating strong convincing and debating skills, and definitely a good financial management as well. So definitely friends, if I were to say, whether we talk about the 7th aspect of Mars, which is going to be help you pertaining to the matters of the property, agriculture, dairy business, if that is getting qualified in your case, its 4th aspect will definitely give you the sort of protection which you need from your competition, from your enemies, and the 8th aspect of Mars in your 5th house will definitely bring some transformation pertaining to the kind of professional development and the success which you have been long awaiting for. So overall friends, good news for all the Leo rising people. The only one thing which I want to say over here is that try to be very convincing with your speech rather than getting argumentative. So Mars's influence in the 10th house is all about refraining from getting into the argumentative or quarrelsome side of the planet Mars. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Virgo rising people. So now friends, in your case, like beyond doubt, Mars is not a very auspicious planet for you guys, but just because it is going to be transiting in a very auspicious house of the zodiac belt, so because of which there is definitely going to be the pros and cons attached to this transit. Like I will be very honest, if Mars in your natal chart is well placed, your ongoing dashas are also running favorable, then this could be a very golden time for you guys. But let's say for example, if Mars in your natal chart is also afflicted, your activities in the society are very questionable, and your current dashas are also not running very favorable, then you might not be able to receive as much as of the blessings of this transit, because friends, Mars is gonna be staying in the Taurus sign for a long time. So definitely, whether we talk about good or bad, there is definitely going to be a strong intensity in that. So friends, starting first, let's say for example, for all those people who are considering any overseas like plans, like if you are awaiting for any visa or residentship, PR or something like that, so over there things can turn out in your favor. Now friends, when we talk about the travel perspective, so see, you have to remain very cautious, very careful, because Mars in your case has got the rulership of the 8th house as well, and Mars from over here is going to be aspecting your 3rd house and 4th house as well. So I'm just looking forward to some aimless sort of wandering. So like there are those kind of yogas where the travel undertaken by the person proved to be very beneficial, but over here the Mars is just gonna create restlessness, and you might plan something which will not prove to be that fruitful. So for any long journeys or travels and all of that, try to remain as prepared as possible. Second thing is that friends, because a lot of the energy of the scandals and controversy of the 8th house is going in the matters of the 9th house, so refrain from getting into any arguments with your father, with your teacher, with your mentors and all of that. Second thing is that friends, definitely, because Mars is going to be aspecting your 3rd house and the 4th house as well, so over there could be some sigh of relief, because Mars, which is the significator of the 3rd house as well, so your confidence, your courage is going to be very strong, very high. You will also get the due support of your friends, of your siblings during this time as well. And let's say for example, pertaining to the matters of the 4th house, if you are considering or you are on a lookout for buying a new home or investing in real estate and all of that, so all of those decisions can prove to be very fruitful during this time. So friends, if I were to summarize this transit results for all the Virgo rising people, so refrain from any arguments with your father or living signification of the 9th house, and regarding the travels over during this time as well, try to remain a bit cautious, bit careful, and I would say that any charities, any religious austerities done by you during this time can prove to be very fruitful. And also friends, like all those people who are actually engaged in the occupations of the 9th house, you are right now going through your MBAs or like PhDs, or you have just completed your course, you're looking forward to some internship or a job placement and all of that, or you work as a lecturer, as a teacher or something like that, as a counselor, so all those people can definitely get benefited. There is going to be a lot of thrust, lot of energy which is going in the matters of your 9th house. And the most beautiful aspect is that friends, out of all the rising signs, you were the only guys who were in the, like you were actually sitting in that RDX for past couple of weeks, because Mars conjunct with Rahu, with Uranus in the 8th house is a very sensitive energy. Trust me, count your blessings that if in the past couple of weeks you did not get into any accident, you did not get into any fierce fight, you were not scammed, so trust me, count your blessings. Gods are very kind on you, because the yoga was formed like that from the past couple of weeks. But now the good news is that with the entry of Mars in your 9th house, all of that possibilities of scam, scandal and all of that is definitely going to come to an end. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Libra rising people, so now guys, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars is going to be transiting in your 8th house. Now friends, in your case, Mars becomes a very important planet for you, because it has got the rulership of your 2nd house and the 7th house. Now friends, in your case, you do not you do not get the dosha of the rulership of the 8th house or anything to do with the 8th house, because it's your ascendant lord only which has got the rulership of the 8th house. So the vulnerable aspect or the scandalous energy of the 8th house does not affect you as intense as it could affect any other rising sign, excluding the Aries Lagna people as well. So now friends, definitely this could be a good time for people who are like anything to do with the banking field, investments, insurance, revenue, expecting any solution in ongoing litigation, property related dispute and all of that. All the researchers, explorers, people awaiting any immigration news, any news of their PR and citizenship. So all those people can get benefited during this time. Now friends, when we talk about pertaining to the matters of your finances as well, so again I can say this thing that specifically, because if you are in any sort of business connected with Mars or Venusian field, so those people can still get benefited, because 8th house also has got a very sudden financial reward giving side attached to it as well. So because of which some sudden good return on your investment, people who deal in the stock market or share markets and all of that, all those people can also get rewarded, get benefited during this time. Couple of things friends, definitely passion is going to be very high, very strong. Refrain from any clandestine, any secretive activities which could land you in trouble, because as you can freely see over here that in the transit, like Saturn is right now transiting in your 4th house, so whatsoever you will be doing, the regret of that might not leave you for a long time. So because of which refrain from any secretive, clandestine activities, refrain from overindulgence in alcohol, in intoxicants and all of that. And also friends, during this time the temper of the partner could be little bit whimsical, unpredictable. So this is how your partner might be behaving. And I would say that like for all those people in whose case, like whether you are on a lookout for a right match for yourself, or let's say for example you live in a community culture where there is an open relationship kind of community, society you or lifestyle you follow, so try to remain very cautious. The kind of dates you go on, the kind of people you come across during this time, they might have some sort of hidden side or a baggage attached to them. So try to remain very cautious pertaining to these matters of the relationship. And apart from the financial investment portfolio perspective, I'm not seeing you guys vulnerable. Definitely I'm looking at a lot many Libra people getting good return on all of their past investment. Your energy, your enthusiasm is definitely going to be very high. And as you can see friends, because from over here Mars is definitely aspecting back, like it is looking at your 2nd house, it is looking at your 3rd house. So confidence, courage is definitely going to be very high, because as you can see friends, from over here Mars like also aspect your 11th house as well. So in a way Mars is sitting in a house of the return on the investment, and it is looking at, aspecting at both the houses of your income, of your financial inflow, of your courage, your initiative. So good time regarding your like professional, any sort of endeavors, any initiatives, return on investment. It's just like the pertaining to the matters of the intoxicants or that sort of hedonistic lifestyle. Over there you have to remain additionally cautious till the time Mars is transiting from your 8th house. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Scorpio rising people, so now guys, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars is going to be transiting from your 7th house. So definitely friends, the energy or the transit of Mars from the 7th house is kind of a little bit sensitive energy, but in your case it is going to be working a lot in your favor, because it is going to be aspecting back your 1st house, because it is your ascendant lord. And friends, wheresoever ascendant lord goes, our focus, our priorities goes in the matters of that house. And here we are talking about a planet of determination, of willpower, of courage, a planet which thrive on conflict and winning over any competition. So definitely friends, for all those people who are in any of the Martian field, you are working as a cop, as a lawyer, or connected with the fields of, you know, having your security agency, real estate business and all of that. So all those people can get benefited. This transit is definitely going to benefit the freelance, self-employed, business driven people more compared to any other profession and occupation, if I were to say. And also friends, from over here Mars is going to be aspecting your 10th house as well. It is going to be looking at your 1st house and your 2nd house. So because of which friends, your enthusiasm, your drive, your willpower is going to be all-time high. And when we talk about friends, our public dealings, so in a way, see, it's 1st house is when people look at you, 10th house is when people observe your actions in the society, and 7th house is actually the public. So I would say that specifically for all those people who are working in the public domain, like you have a government job, you work in any sort of city planning, you are a politician, you are an actor, you are a musician. So during this time you can actually sign up some new deal, get into some new sort of partnership and all of that. So regarding the commercial aspect of the life, this transit of your ascendant lord is definitely going to benefit you. Now friends, when we talk about the vulnerable side, so definitely friends, as you can see that 7th house belongs to our matrimonial life as well. So ascendant lord going in the 7th house, you know, the partner, your partner might be, or you might be, there could be a lot of bickering pertaining to the finances, financial management, or like difference of opinions or thought process. So that sort of bickering can actually take place within the relationship with your partner. So over there it all comes down to the kind of bond you have with your partner and what kind of yogas and what kind of actual circumstances you are going through. So let's say for example, if you're already in a troubled marriage or in a troubled relationship, then definitely things can go bad. But if everything is happy and dandy, so I would say that use this energy which is going in that house. So surprise your partner, plan some vacation, go on some trip. So this is how you can utilize this energy rather than making use of that pent up energy to get into that fault finding mode, rather than try to take that energy out for some vacation. So this is how I'm seeing energy or results coming in for all the Scorpio rising people. Good commercial gain, good success, enhancement of the reputation. Pertaining to the matters of the personal relationship, over there you have to remain a little bit cautious and careful. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Sagittarius rising people, so now friends, in your case, as you can fairly see, Mars is an auspicious planet for you guys beyond doubt, but it is going to be transiting in the 6th house. But friends, the beauty over here is that because Mars is kind of a significator or karaka of the 6th house along with the planet Saturn, because Mars is the only planet out of all the 9 planets which loves to fight, which loves to be in a competitive environment. So because of which friends, like definitely 5th house lord going in the 6th house. So if Mars is well placed in your natal chart and during this time you have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, or you are fighting hard for any political seat, any sort of government tender or something like that, so all those people can get benefited with this entry of Mars in your 6th house. And also friends, like all those people who are lawyers, service providers, you work as a nurse or a health or fitness instructor, so all those people can get benefited during this time when Mars is going to be transiting from your 6th house. Also friends, the beautiful aspect of this energy of Mars is that because it is going to be aspecting your first of all, it is going to be looking at your house of luck and fortune. It is going to be looking at your 12th house of hidden enemies, and it is going to be looking at your 1st house as well. So the beautiful aspect is that you will be able to see things in a very clear light, like people cannot hide things from you, or you will be able to look beyond any guise, any like any sort of like many times people have those charades or those front which they keep in front in order to disguise other people, but you will be able to look through any of those disguises. Second thing is that friends, I have already explained, good time to win over any sort of competition. Or the good part over here is that friends, like one vulnerable aspect which I want to say, that whenever Mars is transiting from the 6th house, like it is one thing to apply for any loan, like you will get the loan, or even you will go out and ask someone for any monetary favor, you will get that. But let's say for example, if you will give your money, so that might not come back. So try to remain very cautious, very careful while lending your money or giving your money on credit to someone. In those areas you have to remain a little bit cautious. I'm not seeing if Mars in your natal chart is a dignified planet, you're also running through some positive and favorable dasha, so I'm not looking at this transit making things go heated up in your work front. Like I'm rather looking at you working with the best of your willpower, determination, putting your complete energy towards your work or your like service related goals and your plans and all of that. So overall friends, good energy, specifically for all those people who are working in any of the Mars's connected field of technology, engineering, construction, real estate, law. All those people can get benefited, and also a very beautiful yoga which is getting formed for all those people who have to appear for any important competitive exam during this time. Moving at friends, now for all the Capricorn rising people. So now guys, in your case, definitely Mars becomes a very important planet for you guys. It has got the rulership of your house of wish fulfillment and house of your inner contentment and the domestic life. So friends, Mars is going to be transiting in your 5th house, so which can be seen as a very good sign, because friends, when we talk about the matters of the 5th house, this is the house which belongs to your Yog Karaka planet Venus. So friends, overall, first of all, to begin with, like all those people who work in real estate related connected fields, or who are completely or full-time engaged or occupied with the stock market, trading, cryptocurrencies and all of that, so all those people can also get benefited. Also friends, for you, like specifically if you are working in the fields of art entertainment, like you are an actor, you are a musician, you are a producer, you are a director, so during this time it is a very good yoga which you are currently going through, because friends, see, right now Saturn is well dignified right over there in your 1st house. Now different people might have different connotation here. I do not know which whatsoever your moon sign is. See friends, when we talk about Saturn Sade is more of a karmic in nature, because it gives the, definitely it is going to be restraining on mental plane. It is going to be putting in lot of pressure, lot of like little bit of the thoughts of depression and pessimism, but moreover it gives the results of our own karma. But from the Lagan, here I'm not talking about from your moon sign, here I'm talking about from your rising sign. So Saturn's transit in the 1st house is all about big things. See, Saturn is the only planet out of all the 9 planets which can give you big power, authority, respect and honor in the society and community. So if, let's say for example, if you are already on that level where you are contemplating next level political seat, or you are a big time realtor, or you run any multi-million dollar organization and all of that, so all those people who are like you belong to that set of the society where the heavy exchange of money, heavy transaction of money and big enterprises are getting involved. So during this time you can actually pave path towards some important investments, like getting some successful contracts, or because of the support of other people you might also remain lucky in landing at some important deal, or giving closure to any important project which you have been chasing for a long time. So overall friends, like for all those areas and aspect, this is a very good supporting transit of Mars in your 5th house. Because friends, from over here as well, Mars is going to be looking at your your 8th house as well. So when we talk about the big opportunity, so somehow this is the kind of yoga which you are going through. See friends, try to understand this thing. So from over here, Mars is looking at your 8th house. It is also looking at your 11th house of opportunities. So, and it is also looking at your 12th house as well. So overall friends, the yoga is getting formed in this way that if you are contemplating those sort of big opportunities, or you are already in the middle of your those endeavors, things can actually work out a lot in your favor. And friends, in general, for all the students and also friends, a very good time for all those people who have to appear in any sort of competitive exam. Good time period for all the students as well. And friends, as you know that 5th house in a way tells about our mental faculties, the way our mind function. So the transit of Mars, which is a planet of strong willpower, fearlessness, logics, problem solving. So the entry of Mars in your 5th house is definitely going to be making you very competitive. The only vulnerable aspect is that friends, because in your case Mars in a way has got little bit enmity with your ascendant lord. So during this time in the love relationship, there could be some sort of misunderstanding, or there could be some sort of kind of a argument or problem which might come while dealing with your children and all of that. So those are the areas where you have to deal things diplomatically. Now again friends, it all comes down to the way you are going to be channelizing the energy of this transit. Now trust me, with this kind of entry of Mars in your 5th house, if you are going to be planning your dates within the relationship as well, like going out for adventure rather than going to a pub or a club, try to indulge into those adventure dates, going out in the wilderness, in the nature, and this is how you can plan the and you can channelize the energies of this transit of Mars in your 5th house. And also friends, for all the spiritual seekers as well, so you will be able to put forth your complete energies in the pursuit of any mantra, any chanting, any yoga or spiritual austerities during this time when Mars is going to be transiting from your 5th house. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Aquarius rising people, so now guys, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars becomes a sensitive planet for you guys, but it has an important say in your professional endeavors. And friends, in the transit, Mars is going to be entering your 4th house. So now friends, I will be very honest with you, this transit of Mars in your 4th house has got a lot of positivity attached to it as well, but positivity will only come pertaining to your material matters. But when we talk about from your state of mind, peace of mind, over there this transit is going to be adding more fuel to the fire, because friends, in any case, Saturn right now is transiting in your 12th house, and in your case Saturn's transit in your 12th house is a very important thing, because it's the same planet which has got a rulership of your 1st house as well. So it's like a part of your whole existence is kind of getting lost. And over and above that, the energy and entry of another heated planet in the 4th house, that too for such a long, around 6-7 months, is a sensitive energy. So I would say that you have to make some changes in your lifestyle. Like let's say for example, if you work in a very high burnout kind of nature of job, too much pressure, too much heated energy, so try to balance it out with taking out time for yoga, meditation, healthy lifestyle, positivity, recitation of mantra. So try to protect or guard your energies, because with this entry of Mars in your 4th house, on your emotional mental plane, it is going to be making you a lot more vulnerable. And also friends, for all those people who are already going through any of the sensitivity or issues pertaining to the matters of your domestic life, so it can actually make things go more bad. So I'm so sorry for using this kind of language, but I'm saying that just so that you can plan yourself or protect yourself accordingly. Now let's talk about the benefit side of this transit. So definitely friends, because Mars in a way is the significator of the 4th house, because Mars represents land. So all the realtor, all the people who work in the fields of agriculture, land, or buying and selling of vehicles and all of that, so all those people can still get benefited. Because friends, if you are doing this as a full-time profession, so because Mars is not only gonna enter your 4th house, it is going to be looking at your like 7th house of your public dealing, your public image, and your 10th house as well. So during this time, you might be able to have access to some new markets, you might be able to gain some new clientele as well. So regarding the scaling up your business, getting your hands on some new markets and all of that, and working hard towards your goals, this is a very good energy. Because friends, Mars is also going to be aspecting your 11th house as well, the house of your income, house of your goals, your networking and all of that. So regarding the commercial front, friends, it is a good transit for you, but I want to be very honest, pertaining to your emotional mental health, you have to guard your energies. And lastly friends, for all the Pisces Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, this transit is going to be a harbinger of very good news, because in your case, Mars becomes a very important planet for you guys. It has got the rulership of your house of income, finances, and the 9th house of your luck and fortune. And in transit, Mars is going to be entering a house regarding which it is also connected and seen as the Karaka, significator of the house of courage and valor. So definitely friends, behind all of your initiatives during this time, there is going to be the divine inspiration which is going to be guiding you. So very good time for people connected with the fields of media, marketing, social media, or anything to do with the travel and tour business and all of that. And trust me friends, over here specifically in your case, like the way when I was talking about for the Virgo rising people, so I said this thing that in your case there will be more than the productive and fruitful travels in your case it's going to be more of the aimless wandering, but in your case even the travels, even the journeys which you're gonna take is going to be very fruitful, is going to be very productive. So definitely friends, I'm looking forward to that you will be putting forth your best efforts and you will be able to get the support of the people close to you. This could be your friends, this could be your siblings as well. And just because Mars is a very logical, very fearless planet, so you will not even feel scared in order to experiment or try out something new, entirely new, out of your league. And also friends, because Mars has got the rulership of your house of income and finances as well, so because of which friends, the house lord of your income going in the third house, so I would say that it is a very good time for you guys to consider doing any rebranding, marketing yourself, advertising yourself, and the prospect of your communication. Like specifically, if you are a news anchor, you are a journalist, you speak like me so fast. I'm sure no one talks as fast as I speak, like a bullet train, but I would say that definitely all of your aspect of communication, people will definitely feel that sense of fearlessness, that strong conviction in your communication, in your self-expression. So overall friends, because even from over here as well, as you can see, Mars is going to be aspecting your sixth house as well, so which is also a very good sign that you will win over your enemies as well. Any sort of threatful competitive situation, Mars is going to be aspecting your ninth house, where your the Lord, another sign of Mars is over there. So Mars is looking at its own sign and it is going to be aspecting your 10th house as well. So definitely friends, specifically if you are a freelance, you are a self-employed person, so during this time I would say that all of the hard work done by you will reap some very good results. Some very good news is awaited for all the Pisces rising people. And in any case friends, in your case right now in the transit, you are actually in a very safe comfort, in a very winning zone, because your ascendant lord is transiting right over there in your first house. Saturn is transiting in such an important house of yours, because next year Saturn is going to enter your 11th house, your 12th house. So right now you are actually running through a very auspicious time, very promising time, and with this entry of Mars in your third house, trust me, come out of your comfort zone, put forth your best efforts, take the chances, take initiatives. If you lack any certification, any training, invest on that, and trust me, good results are awaited for all the Pisces rising people. So this is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for all the rising signs pertaining to this upcoming long transit of Mars in the Taurus sign. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.